Hi, I'm Matt Hatton from technology industry analyst firm Transformer Insights. We're here at the Things Conference in Amsterdam talking IoT and specifically a lot around LoRaWAN. I'm here with John Fox from Lucy Zodion. John, tell me a little bit about your organization, what you do, and some of the heritage of the company.
Right, well, we've been around controlling streetlights for about 60 years. We started off with clockwork timers, of all things, and moved through as the technology evolved. We've been in smart lighting for about 15 years, so connected lighting, but it's used proprietary networks up until our engagement with LoRa, which was about 5 years ago. And it was chosen purely because we saw the limitations of
those proprietary networks.
Exactly that, and the limitations. One of those key ones of those is the fact that you have to do everything yourself, and you can't work within an ecosystem, and the challenge for development, the pace of that is not the same in a proprietary network.
So effectively, you were doing everything, soup to nuts, to develop this and run these kinds of systems, and it just makes sense to take some of that away, use a common platform for
cost reasons as well. I mean, the obvious thing is that we're talking of smart cities or whatever, connected places, citizen engagement, whatever phrase you want to apply to it, and the money's being spent in the network and harden that out. So it's being used for multiple things, so it ensures that the delivery of that network is of a quality that's really telecoms quality almost, and it isn't just for one vertical, it's across all of them. But because we've worked in this smart lighting before, we've got a great understanding from having done it once of how to implement it in a more efficient way, and in particular to consider some of the limitations, and there are limitations of LoRaWAN. And with everything, it's easy to get lots of bandwidth at cost, but the real thing with something like LoRa is balancing performance against the cost, which is it's a very low cost platform, but very network, but very capable as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the heritage is in related to energy and street lighting, but you're looking at other verticals as well that you might move into?
Yes, because by the natural nature of the conversations you're having about street lighting, you're touching other things, and it we're part of an ecosystem that exists, but we also need the street lighting to act in a way, and so it needs inputs and dependencies from other sensor types. Now we don't particularly want to support all of those by making them or commissioning them ourselves. We want to work in an environment in which we're using existing data to take some of the decisions on the control of the street lighting.
Yeah, okay, and some of these are pretty substantial deployments, right? I saw an announcement for street lighting in Aberdeen, I think, just recently. So you're talking tens of thousands of devices, right?
Yeah, and I mean we're beyond pilot or whatever you want to call it. We're now at city scale level for this deployment, and one of the important things is we are pushing the current boundaries of the technology. So we're using Class C exclusively, and multicast is an important part of it. So we can do over-the-air upgrades of the firmware in the device. Obviously, street lighting, you're looking to control it as well as monitor it. So you're looking to affect how it performs, as well as monitor and understand the status and the energy that's being used, because those are some of the decisions that go towards the use case is about energy, and then understanding how the assets are performing for true professional asset maintenance.
Excellent. So it sounds like you found your perfect fit technology-wise.
Yeah.
You've also got an awful lot of heritage in this space. You've been doing this for a very long time, right?
Yes.
So that allows you to bring some of your expertise, your heritage, to other organizations that might be thinking about connecting other remote assets. So you can bring that services element to any proposition.
Exactly. And it is an ecosystem, let's call it that, and that's the symbiosis of the fact that we may have an on-ramp to smart cities, but actually we can't provide the whole requirement. But what we can do is we can either leverage another vertical, or we can take part in the provisioning of a system and an overall platform. the P word, the platform word, is one of a bit of a fright. But at some level, you need a supervisory system, and that supervisory system may need to just do one vertical, a number of them, or conversely, we may be reporting into another supervisory system before it gets onto a hypervisory sort of enterprise scale reporting system or remote management system.
Okay, but the experience that you have is that you can't separate the hardware from the software from the services. You've kind of got to have the expertise in all of those different areas in order to really deliver a properly thought through solution. I don't want to put words into your mouth, but I assume that's the case.
Yes, but I mean, we can do that with other parties. So. And we need to find those because we're a smallish organisation. There's only 100 of us, so we can't take that to global scale on our own. We need to use other parties, and really it's exciting because things like the LoRa Alliance and that buzz is one of collaboration. So we're finding, I call them competimates. We're finding what may be loosely competitors, but actually. We're serving some of their interests. We can provide them something, they can provide us something, which may be servicing a market, and we can give them some wrinkles as to how to do it.
Yeah.
It is very exciting and a very novel time at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Security must be a big issue for you.
Yes.
Is that something particularly that LoRa is good on? What's your views on the security area?
Security is absolutely essential because we've got the thing of whenever you're doing control, third-party malactors could interfere with that, and it may appear a trivial use, but much like traffic signals, street lighting is part of there as highway infrastructure that's doing a purpose. So it's got to be secure. So it's important that it isn't just thought of as an afterthought and layered on. It is from the concept of it. And we are lucky within LoRa, the platform of a LoRa, of being able to rather simply put in very high levels of security. So it's about having unique keys for every device. So loss of a device is only loss of the device. It's not loss of the entire network. So we're not using common keys for common device types, and the whole join cycle and much of the stuff that TTI are doing is recognizing the need for management of security of the message. But it's also within our business we have to consider that because we're producing software, firmware, and the such like. So we have to be careful of physical security, because obviously our own networks manage that. So we've gone through a real cycle, and as the move towards all forms of IT security in our business.
Brilliant, John. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity. Have a good show.